Hi everyone, and welcome to my second video on how I colour skin. Today I'm going to be concentrating on colouring dark skin, because I know a lot of people are having trouble with colouring the dark skin. For those who don't know me, my name is Satterley. I've got one video out with the light skin, so if you haven't seen that, please have a little look at it. Right, I'm just going to run through some of the things I use while I'm colouring my dark skin. I'm going to start off with something which I find quite embarrassing, but you probably find it quite funny. This is my very first colouring I ever did. It's cringe-worthy, but just to let you know, that's how I started. Right, okay, so today we're going to be using pan pastels, and I know a lot of you again are a little bit wary of pan pastels, but personally I find them amazing. So they come in a kit like this. This is the skin tone pan pastels. And we got the red oxide, the raw umber and the burnt sienna. That's the colours I'm going to be using today. The red oxide I use a lot, especially with the light coloured skin, but I'm going to be using these two to darken the skin. Alright, so we're going to make a start. I use, when you have the pan pastels come through, you'll have a little kit that comes with it, and you've got like little foam pieces, and you've got little what I call them eye makeup applicators. I find them awkward. I don't like them, so this is what I use. It's the Faber-Castell soft pencils, and I find them brilliant. You don't have to wash them. After you've used your colour, you just rub it on a bit of kitchen towel, and away you go to the next colour. And also, when I say on my information on the top what I use, a lot of people say, well, what is the acrylic powder? Well, it's these, I don't know whether you can see them, these are the powders that I'm going to use: pink, green, lemon and white. And I'll show you the box they come in. It's the Let's Neon powder. There's 12 colours in there, and they're lovely, but be careful with them because they're quite bright, and if you get any on your clothes, it does stain and it does mark, so be very careful. I'm always in my scruffs when I'm doing any colouring, just in case I need to use these. I'm also going to be using pencils today, and the pencils I'm going to be using are Faber-Castell pencils, and I'm using black, phthalo green, lilac, salmon and turquoise. And also at the end I'm going to be using the Winsor Galleria acrylic titanium white acrylic paint with a very fine brush to finish off. So let's make a start. My lovely little palette, I'll show you my palette now. This is my palette. I find it good because I don't want an awful lot of colour going on and powder going on the skin. Let me move this back a bit. My dog might jump down and hurt himself. There we go. Right, so we're going to make a start. So I start with the red iron oxide, which is the colour you just saw on my palette, and then I'm going to add a little bit of the raw umber, and also burnt sienna. It just darkens it up a little bit. And I just mix it on my palette like that, whether you can see, and then I just take off as much as I can, so I don't want an awful lot of powder at this stage. Okay, so I'm doing this picture. You've already seen it. I've done it once before, and the reason I chose this picture because it's lovely. It's got a lovely dark skin, but I've also been asked, a lot of people have asked me, how do I do the raindrops on the face? Well, it's just about covers it all. I've started off doing her hair a little bit, and I've started off the flowers just to save a little bit of time, because time is critical with this video. And as you know, I probably have to split it into 3 because they won't allow it, you know, for any longer than like 15 minutes. So I'm going to make a start. So I'm going to whap on the top here, take a bit more off, and then I'm going to work my way around. Now, as you notice, I'm going to be going over the raindrops. Do not worry about that, because you can take them off. I'll show you how to take it off at the end. Make sure you go all around the hairline. And if I stop talking, it's because I'm concentrating. I'm still not very good at this. I still get very nervous. Why, I don't know. There's no one in the room but me. But I know that, this tutorial video is important to a lot of people. I just want to get it right. But this doesn't come easy to me. I'm not a natural at this sort of thing. And if there's anything that you need help on, we've got a lot of new members now who are asking for help. If I can't answer the question, we'll ask Carolyn Arabanas. I think I got her name right this time. She runs the Colorist for Colorist group, and she is so lovely. Nothing's too much trouble for her. She's helped me no end, and I got a huge amount of respect for her. And just to let you know as well, this picture came from Colour Me Tranquil, and the lady that runs it is Maria. I can never say her last name, so I'm only going to attempt it. And she runs she organises that page. And if you haven't been on her site, please do, because her artwork on there is absolutely beautiful. Right, okay, so as you can see, I'm leaving like a centerpiece, almost like a bullseye on her forehead. And that's going to be the shine on her face. It's not going to stay like that, so we'll sort that out at the end. And as you can see, I've gone over the hair and I've gone over the raindrops. So please don't worry about that. So I'm going to put the same colour as the neck by here, because it's quite light. And as you can see, I put the flowers in and most of the hair just to save a little bit of time, but I've got the last bit of the flowers to do now before I finish this little video. I know a lot of you struggled to find the video of the first video I did of the light skin. What Carolyn and I'm trying to do is work on getting a place on each group where you can see the tutorials and not have to go looking for them. And we're going to put it in order, and Carolyn's got quite a few tutorials for you to see as well, which would be lovely. She's such a clever lady. And we're going to sort of like have a little area where if you want to know something, it'll be there. And to be honest with you, if you ask me a question and I don't know the answer to, Carolyn will know, and if she don't, we'll find somebody that do. Okay, a bit more powder. I put it in the top just to save a bit of time, so you can hear. Right, I'm going to add a bit more of the raw ember and the dark sienna. Right, a little bit more. As you can see, this part is quite dark. And if there's anything that you want to have some advice on, you can contact me anytime, as long as it's not 3 o'clock in the morning. So I have a doner kebab or a pizza. And that little noise you can hear is me blowing any excess off the Yeah, it's nice to when you get in contact with me, because I'm getting to know the names a bit now, the comment on my work, and it's been nice to sort of hear where you're from and what you like doing. I'm from the UK. I'm from Cardiff in the UK. I'm Welsh, as you probably can tell by my accent. You're very Gavin and Stacey down here, not far from Barry, where that was done. Some people say they find my accent very too hard to understand. I'm just going over this. I know I'm going over the flowers a little bit, but I'll sort it out at the end. Unfortunately, there's no other way of doing it. You could, if you were doing it with pencil, if you could go around it, take forever, but you'd be able to do it. As you can see, the skin is quite dark down here, where you've got the shadows. And these areas are where the light is hitting. Just soften that up a little bit. Right, I'm going to go in with the darker colour now on the skin. Before I do that though, I'm going to just take out some of that whiteness. So whatever's left on my brush, I'm not being too fussy. Just softens it a little bit. You don't want to take out too much. She's darker over this side, as you can see. Right, I'm going over the skin once more with the colour, and then I'm going to put in the shade in then. Go, what I wouldn't give to have nice thick eyebrows again. In the 70s, it wasn't fashionable to have thick eyebrows. It was the pencil type eyebrows. And of course, once you pluck and pluck and pluck your eyebrows, it just doesn't grow back. Not the way you want it to anyway. There we go. So I'm going to put the eyes in before I put the colour on the eyes. So she's going to have blue-green eyes. So I'm going in with the turquoise. And then I'm going to add a touch of the phthalo green. This is nearly all gone, so I've got to order some more. There we go. And I'm going to give her, she's going to have the blue eyeshadow. It really makes her eyes pop. So as you can see, I'm going over the eyelashes a little bit. Don't worry, we'll be putting the eyelashes in again. And again, a lot of people don't do that, but I think it's very important you put it in. Very, very soft, circular motion, so you don't get any lines. Right up to the end there. And I also like to put it underneath a little bit underneath there. Just makes the eyes pop. Again underneath. Okay, back to the black. I'll go round her eyes. I do work very fast on my portraits, to be honest with you, as you probably see. Right, I'll put the eyelashes in now. On the bottom. There we go. Looks better, doesn't it? Right. Now then, this is my next job is the lips. So I'm going to go in with the Faber-Castell Salmon. I love this colour for lips. I just think it's lovely. But I won't be finishing the lips off till the very end. And when you can see little lines like this, put them in before you start colouring over them. Makes all the difference. Sometimes with colouring, you've got to let the paper work for you. Like if you see a white bit, don't colour over it. Or if you do, use a very light colour. Right on the bottom. I mean, if I was doing this to put on the group, I would obviously take a little bit more time than this to do it, but time Time's not my friend today.